Yo, 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 let's go. Throwing up the chart here. We have broken, I repeat, broken the 2022 high. We are in uncharted 2022 territory. That is right. I threw this up really fast. Give me a second, bear with me. Smash the likes and subscribes, guys. For some reason, my music player is not working. But we have just traded up to 48,200. Whoa. Whoa. 48,200, pushing a higher high versus yesterday after our solid close. Maybe we need a clean chart here. Definitely need a clean chart here. Whew. Like, look at it. Just look at it. If you can imagine that Chris Rock. Whatever. Imagine he's a bear and Will Smith is a bull and he slaps him. Because that's pretty much what's going on here. The Bears are getting slapped, Oscars style. God, I'm already sick of hearing about it, but I had to make the joke. Yesterday's close was phenomenal. Absolutely. On the weekly time frame, it's undeniable. There's no other way to cut it. Take it to the weekly chart. We see nice green candles. We throw on our moving averages. We see that the weekly did in fact close above the levels we were looking for. We are now trading above the 50 and 20 moving averages on the weekly time frame. Let's look here quick. Basically, the entire run up right back here from 30K. April reclaimed the 20, reclaimed the 50, and began its run to new all-time highs. In May, we fell back below the 20, found support on the 50, did a little bit of a weak bounce type thing back to the highs, put in a new high and fell back below. This is the first close above both moving averages since sometime last year. This is big. This is very, very big. Let's put it onto the yearly. We can see after trading in what looked miserable all year, we are now in a green yearly candle yet again. This is currently a nice bullish hammer. We have 9 months to go on that, so there's plenty of time for anything to happen in the yearly candle. But what is definitely catching my eye, and we have been talking about this really for weeks now, the quarterly. We have 3 days left. I know I drilled this into you yesterday, but we're going to drill it in again. 3 days to go. Put your game theory hats on. Think about how this played out. January, February, and pretty much up until the last week of March, things were looking terrible. Bears, euphoric. Bulls all but left the market. I was starting to feel gaslit again, just like I was feeling last year at 30,000. And with less than a week to go in March, the last month in the quarter, we have seen the Bulls pick up the power. They've bought up price. They retook the quarterly or yearly open at 46.1, and now we are trading at a new yearly high, 48,130. Something like that. Think about it. For the entire 3-month period, for all of this year, the market has been saying, man, this is not looking good. You don't want to jump in here. This is too risky, etc., etc. And now with almost no time left, it's really the timing that sells me. With almost no time left, the Bulls have reversed all of that negative, all of that terrible looking chart, and they've pushed the quarterly with almost no time left into a bullish hammer. This is an extremely bullish candlestick close for especially something like a 3-month candle. I am stoked. I'm still getting oriented here. I like threw a rocket emoji on an old thumbnail and went live. I have to try to get this stuff up and running. It's good to have you guys. Smash the likes and subscribes for the new stream. I am doing a giveaway on Twitter, so follow me on Twitter. Jump in. You may be the winner of 1 million sats. A 1,000,000 sat giveaway. That's right. We're looking to close a bullish hammer here. There is 3 days left, so let's be realistic. We're not going to get high on our hopium yet, though it is looking very good. We're not going to let our emotions take over here. We're going to look at this logically as we always do, and we're going to take a step back from what we're feeling today, and we're going to look at what the chart is telling us. So let's do that right now. Move this to the back, get rid of everything, put it back on the quarterlies. You know, a lot of this might seem repetitive, but repetition is mastery. That is how you become a good trader, is repetition and ignoring that boring impulse. Here we go. On the quarterly, we got some nice levels. Above us is 58.8, something we've been talking about literally since the start of 2021. 58.8. This is the key level. This is where our quarterly close and our rally was stopped last year. Below us at 29,000, we'll call it. That was our yearly open for last year. So similar to last year, we've spent some of that time trading below the yearly open before retaking it. Very exciting stuff. Smack dab in the middle, we have 46.2. 46.2 is our yearly open. This is the level we're going to be looking to hold not just into this quarterly, but hopefully for the entire year, for the entirety of 2022. As you guys know, I by no means was I convinced that 69K was the top. I'm still not. There's nothing that's going to make me believe it. Let me put that on there. Nothing that was going to take that away from me. It's not the Bitcoin I know. Of course, in TA and in trading, there are no certainties. I am not always right. That's why nothing I say is financial advice. Always do your own research and follow your own instinct, your own knowledge. I'm just here to share my observations along the way. 69K, not the top. That has been my opinion. People told me I was crazy last year in January. Oh, no, the run's over at 40, blah, blah, blah. They told me again I was crazy at 30 in May, June, July when I was saying this is not the end. The run is not over. And again in this year, the same rhetoric was back in full swing. And all of a sudden, surprise, surprise, buyers come in. How does he do it? How does he do it? I'll tell you my secret. I'm not special. I'm not super smart. It's none of that. Bitcoin is the most bullish asset in human history. It is a thermodynamically secure digital asset with a finite, our Ethereum trade just won, with a finite supply on a fixed inflation schedule. All I do, I'm just a permabull. And it's not because I'm stupid. It's because I understand what's going on here. That is like the core of everything. I can say at times, I called it. But in reality, I'm just, hey, this is going to trend up over time because I can recognize the value of this. And so I just keep betting up. That doesn't really play well if you're messing with leverage. But with spot, it is a killer strategy. Let's take a peek at Ethereum here because another one of our in-stream trades just hit. That's right, a 41% take on Ethereum placed live on one of these live streams, just like we're doing right now. For those of you joining us for the first time, don't forget to subscribe, enable notifications, hit the like button. If you want to catch these in-stream live trades, you're going to have to watch the lives. We were looking to take a long position. Again, not financial advice. This is always just theoretical and for educational purposes. From 2,430, we're looking to ride that up to 3,430. Here we are. The alert just went off. That's a 41.92% take, a 3 R to R or risk to reward, meaning our upside take profit, man, I'm stumbling today, is 3 times greater than what we were risking at our stop loss for a minus 13.8%. That's a solid trade. Pat yourselves on the back if you decided or figured this trade out for yourself, took it, made some profit. Well done, you deserve it. Ethereum definitely looking solid. We were looking at this yesterday and I was pretty much saying what I was saying today. We're looking for that to complete. Let's see where Ethereum is, and I'm going to make a new Ethereum chart, or at least load up a new one. February 23rd, probably good enough, right? Boom. Ta-da. This is another trade we put in stream. All right, we got another take profit potentially coming up here at 3,570. That is our golden retrace. From our swing high to swing low, we usually, or probability says, we expect any move to retrace back to its 618 or its golden retracement level. That's what we're watching for here on Ethereum. Let's take a look at our indicators. I'm jazzed. Money flows up, momentum's up, VWAP's up. Beautiful. RSI, a little overheated here on the daily. I've been hearing this a lot, especially on Twitter. Momentum looks good. We're really overbought, blah, blah, blah. It makes me think that these people don't understand what oscillators are. Oscillators, these are these things down here. You'll see me pull them up, look at them. I try to determine kind of momentum, direction, etc. But what they are is they're just looking at the candles and they're comparing them to the previous candles. So to say we're overbought here, to me seems like you don't really understand how these work. We spent 180 days or something like that just bleeding, going down. Any move to the upside is going to push our oscillators into an overbought status because compared to the last 180 days, of course it's overbought. It's a comparative. It's looking back. I don't know. That's just a pet peeve of mine. I don't get it. Ethereum broke this downtrend and now it's looking to retrace back to what looks like previous support here. I actually like this trade better than the other one, even though the other one already hit. I like this one better. This 618 retracement was that perfect wick back in December. It never was back tested as resistance. So here we go. Here we go. I would watch out here for sure at 3,570. There's going to be some resistance there. If sellers don't come in, Ethereum, in my opinion, going right back to its all-time high, 4,867. All right, glad we pulled that up. Let's peek this. I don't even know what I was saying. I'm jazzed today. I'm jazzed. The market's back. It's spicy. And because I feel this way, we should probably all reel it back in because this is the perfect time for a good dump. A nice flashy dump, hit stops. Yeah, that'd be bad. But very Bitcoin-esque. This is why I'm really an advocate of spot trading versus spot trading versus derivative or leverage trading. The timing is too hard. It's much easier, much less emotional to trade spot. You can just sit on a position. If it doesn't go well, you're not paying to have that position. Patience is the key. It's hard to have patience when you have that timer that is leverage. Some of you may remember my Twitter post back here in February, I believe, where I inverted the chart and I said, OMG, Bitcoin bearish, send it, right? And a million people liked it thinking I was bearish on Bitcoin. It worked out. I don't understand this. So I think this was the exact screenshot. It was on the 4 hour though. Let's move it like this. So bears, you see them talk about, oh, you have a lower high, right? Oh, you're so dumb. Of course it's going to go down. But then they don't look at it in the other direction. So we had the super obvious lower high here. Super obvious. We had this rally up. Again, it's inverted. A lower low, a lower high, and then we pretty much double bottom with our lower high and we started bleeding. Inverting the chart. This is maybe the gift today. Invert the chart. You should be doing this on a daily basis, not just once in a while. You should be looking at the chart every day, maybe, inverted. What that does is it allows your brain to just recalculate, to remove some of that bias and challenge yourselves. Challenge yourselves. If you're like me and you're always bullish, I constantly challenge myself when I invert the chart to find the opposite, to find the other stance, to look at it in the other direction. Because charts don't just go one way. No market moves in one direction. They move up and down. And so to just assume one way is okay if you're doing spot, let's say, but especially if you're trading contracts, you can't expect it. You can't really have that same attitude that I have. You have to be constantly dynamic on your toes. You have to be looking in both directions. I don't know. I'm rambling here. I'm just ready for more spice, guys. This hourly candle looking solid. In the last 40 minutes, we have broken to a new high for 2022. Let's take a look at Market Cypher. Shout out to Market Cypher. My link in the video description below. On the hourly, we see money flow here on the green, looking to push past its previous high of a few hours ago. Momentum is backing that up. We see it has pinched. It is moving back up. Has a long way to go. But at the moment, it is looking for continuation as that VWAP, this yellow down here, is positive, is looking to drive price a little farther. What does MACD say? MACD says wait for this hourly to close. Got it, MACD. If this hourly closes up here, we have waning selling momentum, which is funny that this is selling momentum starting right here. Let's see. Starting right here at 47,000, we've had selling momentum increasing and price just floating up. That's what we said yesterday. We were really worried about what I call a meteor smash, aka just a harsh rejection. I was super worried. We didn't get it. We were live. We were watching the charts. We didn't really see any signs of rejection. What we were worried about is this candle that closed yesterday being pushed down, sold off into the closing below the 20 and 50 weekly, and then probably a bearish engulfing weekly candle afterwards. This would have been a really bad sign. We might have seen price action do something like this. This was the bearish scenario. This was the scenario that said, hey, we want to go test, this last year's support. We want to maybe go lower, doom and gloom, etc. If we would have rejected there, that would have been awful. Bulls were able to hold price above into the close, and now we're seeing continuation. We said, like this violent selling, aggressive selling at this price point is very probable. Doesn't have to happen, and if it does happen, it's going to be a bearish take. But instead, what we saw live was very little selling pressure. In fact, let's go back there and examine it. We saw very little selling pressure here. Where did this close? Right here. I think on the weekly close, probably the highest selling pressure, but unable to even close an hourly candle red. We said this isn't really the selling pressure, and this is a good sign for us so far. What we're seeing is prices kind of just floating up. It seems as if, right here, it seems as if there's very little selling pressure at this point. That is a great signal. That is a great bullish signal to this market. Market participants are agreeing at this price range. They're saying this is a fair price. What we were really worried about, and so far we have not seen any, is just as soon as we got there, profit taking, going nuts, pushing price back down. This is not really a clean pattern whatsoever. There's probably some kind of like wedge. No, nothing. There's just nothing here. Maybe on the 4. Nothing. This is not a very clean pattern. I think we have to ignore this to have anything. Yeah, that looks about right. Let's add a low trend. No music today because for some reason, like I said, I went live really quickly. For some reason, my computer is now saying my pretzel player where the music's from is like a virus. It like gave me a virus warning. And I'm not... Anytime my malware thing or Windows Defender says something is a virus, I don't fuck with it. Oops. I just said a bad word. I'm going to try to pull up Pretzel Player on the web because I want some tunes. Don't remember how to log in. How did I log in? Here we go. Did that work? That's so weird. I'm a little worried. You guys see a Pretzel Player website blocked due to riskware. That's so weird. I wonder if Pretzel Player was hacked. Or something. Can somebody who has knowledge tell me what's going on with that? I use that program every single day. Randomly today, it's giving me warnings that it's never given me. That's kind of weird. I'm going to pin that Twitter giveaway to the message. Or pin that Twitter giveaway link to the top of the chat. I'm giving away 1 million sats by May 1st if Bitcoin doesn't hit 58.8K. I don't make bets that I'm going to lose, just letting you know. But I will let you guys in because you're our real fam, the YouTube fam. I'll probably give it away anyway. Wink, you didn't see it. I'll probably give it away anyway. It's just, I saw a bunch of people like, I'll give away $2,000 and blah, blah. And I was like, I'll just say 1 million sats and get everyone tricked. But I'll give it away because you guys rock. That's so weird. You're almost done spamming. What's up, Sylv? Which indicator for selling pressure? Selling pressure. So you could definitely see selling pressure on oscillators, right? What we were just talking about. What in this circumstance, though, it wasn't really going to be something that we'd see on indicators. It was going to be more the reaction. The reaction to how price interacted with those moving averages. So we can't say we're out of the woods because it wouldn't be unlike Bitcoin to do something like this and then fall back under. But the selling pressure we were looking for would have been something visible. It would have been that weekly candle getting sold off into the close and then likely opening to blood. High volume, big bodied red candles. Like I said, violent. violent, a very strong rejection. You've seen them before, Sylv. You know what I'm talking about. We didn't see it. We didn't see it at all. In fact, bulls, if we're going to go to textbook TA, bulls showed they were in complete control into that weekly close. This weekly candle closed with virtually no top wick, meaning it closed at almost the highest point in trading in the entire period. There were not enough sellers to push price back down. There were not enough profit takers to push price back down. So that rejection wasn't really going to be something we were going to see on indicators. It was going to be something we literally would just see in the candles. If that had played out differently, let's see what price that's at. 45.9, so we'll call it 46. If we would have seen that, so 46 is around here. Here we go. It would have looked maybe something like this. We would have shot up, and then we have maybe like a really big wick candle, and just dumped back down, broken our lows. That would have been the selling pressure that we were afraid of. That would have been very bad. I would have maybe crapped myself live, which I've never done to date, knock on wood. Knock on wood. It's good to have you guys. 366 watching, 132 likes, guys. Let's get that number up. Let's get to 420 likes for the Oscars. Goodbye, ramen. Hello, steaks. Goodbye, Scooter. Hello, Lambo. Do I see ETC and ETH going to all-time high after merge? I'm so skeptical, guys. I feel like I'm just like the contrarian here. Ethereum is attempting to do something. I will say this as well. Ethereum has been claiming to do this. I think Vitalik Burton first talked about the Ethereum proof of stake migration like 7 years ago. Like, this is kind of the boy who cried wolf situation for me. I'm basically at a point where it's like, I'll believe it when I see it. But without regard to that, they're doing something that's never been done. And so there's really nothing to look at and compare it to. I'm skeptical because I'm always skeptical in crypto. I'm skeptical of everything. You should be too. You should not take anyone's word for anything. You should look into it and figure it out if you believe in something or not yourself. But I'm skeptical. I don't think it's healthy for a network that has been supported by miners to then give the middle finger to their miners by moving to proof of stake. And then we call into question, Ethereum was pre-mined. Its distribution is way more decentralized than it was, but still it was pre-mined, so by definition is kind of tainted by centralization. And now you're moving to proof of stake, which favors big wallets, which favors the whales, the pre-mined wallets, etc. I don't know how that's going to play out. I am a little skeptical. I'm very skeptical. That doesn't mean I'm going to sell my Ethereum or something. I haven't sold. Well, that's not true. I did sell Ethereum last year into Bitcoin, but that was planned out. That was not a surprise to anyone. But I don't plan on, say, selling my Ethereum based on it. Maybe if we see a lot of the locked up coins, if we see those unlock all at the same time, I might try to front run that with some sells. But at this point, it's like a wait and watch thing. It's been so long coming. I am not convinced it will be anytime soon. Honestly, I hope it goes well, right? I hope it goes well. I don't know. Not really. I don't know. What do you guys think? It's anyone's guess. Anyone's opinion is equally valid here. Ooh, zoomed into the 5. I'm digging what we're seeing. We saw this yesterday. So there's a lot on this chart. Let me clean it up a little bit. We saw this yesterday. After that nice 5-10 minute candle where we rocketed up from 44.8 up to 46.5, 46 whatever, we saw some consolidation, a bull flag painted with a lower low as we predicted live while it happened. It moved back up, which we didn't really expect, but we came back. We came back very quickly, back tested it as support, and kind of just went back into that floating price action, right? We back tested the quarterly flip 46.2. We back tested it as support. And so what I'm digging here is, you can see, and we are on very low time frames, guys, so take this with a grain of salt. A similar a similar price action here. Price broke through the Q1 or 2022 high, pulled back, broke up. We got a new high, we closed candles, and now price has come back to backtest it. That is what happened yesterday, and what is kind of confidence building for me is it did it really in the same manner with kind of some urgency. It didn't come up, dick around, come back down. It broke, came right back, and now we're going to look for a higher high. If we break down below, which we just did, it's trying to teach me a lesson to be too bullish. Go back up. If we break down below, I would say closing a candle below 47.8, maybe down here. Then we'll look for some interim, short-term, midterm downside. But we did see that same kind of classic pattern. Do you see it? Let's make this on, say, the 15, so you can see it a little better. So here's what I'm talking about. This is probably behind me. You move up past resistance, you pull back, break higher, test support, continue to the upside. That is what happened here. We broke resistance, pulled back, broke a higher high, pulled back to that resistance to test it as support. We just need to see it hold here. If it does, it will be the same pattern we saw yesterday, and I'm going to say that's extremely bullish. But we did see it broke here. Lower. It heard me talking, and I jinxed it. Let's take a look at our low time frames actually here, see if we can divine something. Zoomed into the 1 minute. The 1 minute, yeah, that's actually a little flimsy. We see momentum is very favoring downside right now on the 1 minute chart. Don't get too excited. 2 minute, not really as reflective. So the 5 minute, momentum's down. Money flow is being pulled down. VWAP. 5 minute might be looking for some more downside here. The 15. This is sketch. This is sketch. We had a nice series of higher highs in our momentum here on Market Cipher. We had a nice series of them. This one that we're on right now did not exceed the previous highs, so it is not in as clear of an uptrend as we previously were maybe a few hours ago. In fact, we do see it pinching here. We do see a little weakness, a little rolling over. No lower low yet. That's good. The 30 minute is unfazed, and I'm gonna consult with the 30 over the 5. The 30 minute doesn't really seem to be noticing. Momentum's still up. We haven't seen our momentum bands here pinch, and money flow looks very healthy, very, very healthy. So the 30 minute is saying, yeah, you might look for some very short term downside like the 5 minute saying, but overall this trend is not really impacted as money flow continues to just drain into this space. The 45 minute is on the same page, but is actually even more bullish than the 30, with a higher high here on money flow and a local higher high on momentum. So what we're looking for on the 45 is for yesterday's 45 minute momentum to be broken with the higher high up here. And we may say, well, the 5 minute, 15 minute look weak, so this may roll over temporarily. Hopefully it holds that low and then moves back up. But this money flow here is definitely a strong indicator. Higher highs on money flow or lower lows on money flow are very, very strong signals. The hourly is right there with the 45. They look virtually identical, which is actually not always the case. Looks like, all right, here's my take. Low time frames looking for some pullback. Once you get to the 45 minute or even the 30 minute, everything's looking pretty strong. We're talking about that higher high in momentum. You can see this clearly defined uptrend on the 2 hour. This is beautiful. Money flow is gorgeous. We haven't seen this in a long time. Gorgeous. Just a clearly defined uptrend here. And even our VWAP is looking to roll over, looking to move positive. You can even kind of extrapolate that out visually here is if this VWAP rolls over, which it's looking to do after a higher high and a series of higher lows, 1, 2, 3, looking to roll over. And if it does, we can see, this momentum here pinching, moving back up and continuing out this run. It's always good. It's always good to see, look at this 6 hour. Holy shit. Look at that. Money flow is going all the way up. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Oh, momentum showing no signs of chill on the 6. I'm liking what I'm seeing here. Holy moly. So there we go. Here's on the 5 minute. We see that little pullback that we were talking about. The 5 looking a little weak. If it holds here, everything's fine. 15-minute agreement. But once we get out, these longer, these bigger time frames, these more mature time frames, unlike myself, looking pretty bullish. They're unfazed past the hourly. What I don't love is this kind of broadening ascending wedge. This was very reminiscent of both of the lows that we've had in 2021 and 22. We saw the inverted version of this at our swing lows. We saw these eventually break to the upside, but in this case would be the downside on this pattern. I don't love this, so I'd like to break out of this pattern. That may mean something like that happens. It may, but I'm not seeing that on higher time frames yet. I'm definitely not seeing it. 12-hour has no chill. Momentum is up, up, up. Money flow is up, up, up. This is a clearly defined uptrend on the 12. Doesn't get much better than that. No, it does not. Look at that wick. I bet it has some nice volume too. It does not. Weird. Weird. Order books are thin, it seems, up here. Interesting. Volume in general is up. Very much up. Very much up. But on this exact candle, not really. I do like the buying pressure here. This lines up with what we were literally just talking about. Lower time frames giving us a little weakness. That's not really a bad thing. Markets move in both directions, as we said. We were looking at some downside there on the 5, on the 15. But these, ooh, there we go. These longer time frames are saying, don't worry about it. You're still good. If anything, that almost looks like a back test of our previous hourly highs here. Let's get rid of volume. We need to look at volume profile. Straight to the moon, Bitcoin, all the way up. Ah, perfect. Perfect. Volume profile here on the right side is showing us traded volume at price points versus volume, which tells us traded volume at time, which isn't as important in my opinion. It's showing us that we have now traded more volume in the low range here, 33 to 39K, than we have up here at 48. And we've traded more volume at 48 than we have up here at 58. And so this is starting to look very healthy. We've built a strong support beneath us. We have a little gap here in the 46-ish. So maybe that does line up with kind of a fake out, a shakeout below the 20 and 50. Price maybe dumps down for a little bit, gets bought back up. We could see that fill in. Not necessary. But if we look above us, we have a very clear gap. At 52K, the price point we've been waiting for what seems like an eternity. 52K. Nice volume gap. I could see price moving like this. Just like that. Fill it in a little down here. Come back up, fill up at the 52. That's going to also line up with our Fibonacci retracement levels because I already know that does. Right here. There it is. Nope. Definitely going to run into some resistance at that point. I could see price playing out this way. It could go in the reverse. We could see 52, then back down maybe to the 46 level. Filled in backwards. But I would like to see it move this way. I think that'd be the healthiest climb. Bitcoin gets you all riled up and then it just chills, right? That is crypto. If it is one thing, it is a game of emotions. That is for sure. What's up, FT? Imagines. Thank you for the 10 R's. I don't know what they are, but thank you. Thank you. Let's take a look at some of the coins that we looked at yesterday. Unless FT Imagines wants something, I don't know. Let's take a look. XRP's on there, don't worry, Tobias. If you want to look at XRP, subscribe now. Hit the like button now. Look at XRP. Jeffrey Diaz. This guy looks like he's about to jerk off any second now. All right. I didn't know you could sound like you were about to jerk off. Apparently you can. I learned something every day. All right, AMP. We looked at AMP yesterday. Still looking at the same price point. I think a lot of coins are going to look exactly the same. Let's look at ADA. ADA, not much progress. Maybe a little progress here. Ooh, little progress. Little progress. $1.22. I'm a little worried about ADA. Doesn't mean you should be. I'm a little worried. I think there's a lot of resistance at 130, like 130 to 131. We talked about that a lot back here. I was shocked that ADA actually broke $1.30. I said long ago, before we actually moved up to a new high at $3, I said, if $1.30 holds, this is likely to be like the bear market low of the next cycle or whatever. That this is going to be a very strong support. Well, something else happened. We broke below it, and now we should have a very strong resistance here. So it's not that ADA is screwed. It's just that it has a lot of resistance potentially at that $1.31 area. And until it can break through, until we see maybe $1.40, something like that, until it can break through that block of resistance, it's going to be a little sketchy. It's going to be a little sketchy. Let's call it like that. You can see it's done well. We're almost there. We might even be able to lower that a little. It's almost there, but it's just not quite out of the woods. I want to see this a little higher before I get bullish on it. Market Cipher does look very bullish on the daily, though, for ADA. Money flows back in the positive. We have higher highs. We have higher highs of momentum in money flow and in VWAP. RSI, everything is up here for ADA. I just want to see it above $1.30. Someone had a SHIB trade yesterday. I remember who. They did a SHIB trade, and I said, I think you'd get a little more out of that. They were asking if they could close it. We don't give financial advice here, but I sometimes will give my opinion when I fancy and when I feel confident. So I think you'd get a little more. I'd say 2,595, whatever, 000s. And if you're really aggressive, maybe as high as 3,500. Looks like that person made a good trade. Well done if you're here, my friend. Cheers. There doesn't seem to be much above for SHIB until 3,500-ish area. There's going to be a good amount of resistance there. So let's put our alerts on the chart. Bump, bump. XRP says Tobias. It's actually completely coincidentally, that was the next one. XRPs. Not too much of a change. It did continue the breakout. That's good. I did get an alert last night on XRP. We have this little local downtrend. We can see it interacting with price pretty heavily. It finally was able to break out, close above. Now it is contending with its February swing high at 91 cents. Right there. It's looking healthy. It's definitely looking healthy. That 91 cent area coming from our previous high in February. You break that, you're looking at $1 pretty quickly. XRP is just strange. I'm like sus. I'm sus on XRP. It's been acting just not the way I would expect it to. It's kind of like everything, almost everything has some chart, some other coin that it's very, very closely following. And XRP doesn't really fit the same way into one of those models. Yes, some things do look like this, but I don't know. Something sus about it. Something sus. Okay. I think this is on Binance. On Binance, it has broken its previous high in February. So this is looking pretty solid, man. If we want to use our fib tool, we can connect our highs and our lows, and we can say $1.16 for our 1618, 137 for our measured move target. These aren't bad. We can see that was also the swing high in November. That lines up pretty well. If the rest of the market continues, if Bitcoin doesn't get sold off into oblivion out of nowhere, XRP is likely to continue back, move back to that $1.34. If Bitcoin and everything else moves to new all-time highs, it's likely to move back to its 2021 high. It's looking healthy. It's looking healthy. I would like to see a close above 91 cents on Binance for XRP, though. I'd like to see a daily candle close there. That would be, in my opinion, a little confirmation of a breakout. It's not quite there yet. It's like, it's sketchy because it doesn't want to confirm it. It doesn't want to confirm the breakouts. Like it moves above this trend line and then it comes back down. And what I don't like is this flat bottom here. I don't like this flat bottom, even though it is at very historical. We don't have all the chart history. Very historical support. I don't like it being tested so many times. That's weakening it. And without setting a significant higher high, it's just in that really ugly downtrend pattern that we would expect to break to the downside. So prove me wrong, XRP. Close above. I'll feel better above $1. You'll put in a higher high, and prove me wrong. I have some XRP. I'm not a fan of it personally, but I have some. I'd like to see it break out too, just like everybody else. Let's take a peek at DOT. Nope, I guess not. My computer had other plans. We looked at EOS yesterday. We're looking for that 200 daily moving average at $3.40. It's made considerable moves towards there. It's moved to $3.22. I'm still looking for 340. Test the 200. You break that, and EOS all of a sudden looks very bullish. Not quite there yet. What's this? RFOX, not quite to our previous support at 7 cents, but it's trucking. It's heading there. Pretty much everything is in this scenario. It's like it has a significant historical resistance, or no, a significant historical support that was holding at some point last year, broke towards the end of the year or into this year, and is now kind of coming back up to backtest that as resistance or potentially breakthrough. This is very common, and it's going to be incredibly difficult to determine what's going to happen on these coins until they get back there. If we get that meteor smash, that selling rejection, that's a pretty good sign. But if they kind of ignore it, which is very, very possible, if they just ignore these historical supports as they move back up, get ready, because they're going to rip. They're going to rip. US doomed Tommy C. I told you sell. What's up, Neil Weston? Neil Weston. How you doing, brother? Neil Weston's very bearish. He says, sell, get out. I don't give financial advice. That's what Neil feels. He's welcome to feel that way. Zill holding on to gains. That nice back test yesterday. Still chilling at 10 cents. Nothing exciting going on. That consolidating below its resistance at 8 cents still. That's not too exciting. Let's go to CoinGecko. I want to see what actually is moving. Mr. Watson. Watson. We got a special group today. We got some angry bears. Ooh, why do I have the top 300 now? I don't want to see these. Oh, wait. What is this? Power Cash. This looks so unlegit. This looks super unlegit. Be very careful with whatever this is. Ew. This looks like a trap. What was? So in the last week, whatever this is, PRCH, has moved almost 700%. Here is why this is not something I would ever touch with your money, with anything. This 24-hour volume, 100 grand, 24-hour volume with a 700% gain over the last week, with $1 billion market cap, something doesn't add up here. Something is very suspect about this. For instance, look at, honestly, anything on this chart. Look at Zill. Has $1 billion traded volume. I don't know what Convex Finance is. $70 million traded volume. This has a $100,000 and is up 700%. There's no liquidity here. This looks like a pump and dump or a cash grab. I don't know, man. If anybody loves this, let me know. Let me know why. Tell me why there's only $100,000 traded volume when this coin is in just straight up. That is a red flag. Huge red flag. Always look at the traded volume. Always, always, always look at the traded volume, especially if you're looking at really small cap projects. Apparently that also applies to $1 billion projects. Today I learned. That looks weird. We're going to ignore that one. Zill's up 146% the last 7 days with a healthy 24-hour volume. Fair enough. Below that, Convex, ApeCoin. Let's take a look at Ape. I know we didn't yesterday. Bitcoin putting in some higher lows, consolidating, chilling, kind of what we were looking for. Kind of what we were looking for. Ape. This is not something I would invest in personally. If you got some free ape, congrats, that's awesome. I don't own any. I don't own any ape. Doesn't look terrible. Doesn't look terrible. So far, I'm not hating this pattern. We see what could be a flat-topped resistance. Our lows are coming up. And conveniently, right now, at around $15, we're seeing price consolidate sideways. That could make for a nice little breakup. Let's see. Yeah, buddy. This actually doesn't look bad. I still am not going to buy any. Still not going to buy any. Consolidating above the golden retrace 618, we see, where would our measured move be? 26 bucks for the 1618, 34. Still actually not as high as it traded on some exchanges. I think this traded up to about $40. I don't know where, but somewhere. This does look like it wants to go back. So you can see very clearly, very quickly, ape returned to its golden retrace, okay? Higher low, multiple tests, broke up, now it's trading sideways. Here's what I would expect. A move to this $18 level, a pullback, probably a higher low, maybe some consolidation, another test of 18, and I could see this breaking to the upside. I could definitely see this breaking to the upside, moving to that 1618 extension. This is pretty classic when you have these retraces. But man, I don't want to touch this. I don't like it. I don't like it. I'm very much a crypto purist. Someone told me that the other day, and I was like, yeah, it's actually pretty accurate. It doesn't mean that you have to be. You're welcome to invest in and do whatever you want. I'm just sharing my opinion. I don't like things like this, to be honest. But this chart looks solid. Charts are charts. Charts are charts. LRC. We can open LRC. LRC. Loopring. We did a video on Loopring the other day. Oh, let's check back in on it. Yep. So we did a video on LRC a few days ago. Pretty much TAs being respected. We saw this 92 cent resistance. This was like when we released the video. Higher low. Moved up. This is the same kind of scoop that we saw back here, this rounding bottom. We're looking for $1.43. We were back here, and we still are. $1.43. Let's take a look at our indicators, though. See if it's showing us momentums. 4 hours got some momentum. It's got some real momentum. Okay. Okay. 12 hours got some momentum. I'm looking for $1.43. Still am. Still am. Like this value. LRC looking strong. The whole market looks strong. Finally, the spice is back. Finally. Here we go. Change up the colors. Yeah. Whole market, man. The daily. Still a negative money flow, but that's becoming very quickly a thing of the past. This daily does look pretty prime. This daily looks angry. But the 200 daily moving average, this is, now it's a toss-up. I'm still leaning towards $1.43. This is a toss-up, man. Below you on the daily, you have the 50 and the 20 daily moving averages, golden crossing, bullishly crossing below you right now. Right now. Typically, we do kind of look for price to go test those crosses, especially when they're this far away. But we also have the 200 daily right here, holding price back. This got a lot less clear once these moving averages were on the chart. Dang. Not as confident. Measured move doesn't really line up with that $1.43. That's okay. Yeah. Huh. Because this is pretty bullish down here. This is kind of bearish up here. I'm undecided. I think I'm going to stick with my original thought. I'm still going to stick with the $1.43 here on LRC. But it's not as confident. I'm not as confident as I was. That's okay. It happens. Let's check back in on Bitcoin on the 5. Momentum is pretty much where we'd expect it to be. We were looking for it to fall down here on short time frames. 15-minute agreed. 30-minute now, just now, in this candle. Leaning into that weakness a bit. Slightly lower high, boo. I'm still liking money flow though. This has there's a lot of distance. There's a lot of room down for this price to be pulled. And really nothing have changed fundamentally, technically, from an analytical point. Momentum's still technically trending up. Money flow is still beasting. It's kind of unaffected by what's going on here. But a nice pullback wouldn't be out of the norm. We had a nice run up. I do like that money flow. We had a solid run up. A little pullback wouldn't be crazy. Wouldn't be crazy. Maybe we need to go to a bigger time frame. You have a shallow retrace to the 236, puts you right back at 46.2. I'm unfazed by this at the moment. This is pretty much just still in the same trend. It fell down when we were kind of looking for it to. The lows held. It wouldn't surprise me though to even see this. We've seen a lot of that in an uptrend. I don't know why for Bitcoin, but in an uptrend you tend to see this. You reach a high, you fall to a low, you have kind of like a weak bounce, a slightly lower low, and then it takes off. We can see that pretty much all the way up here. Let's see. Low, slightly lower low, goes up. Back here is the cleanest example though. You rally, low, slightly lower low, moves up. So that wouldn't be wild. Why does it do that? Probably just to stop out longs, really. To stop them out. But this has a lot of ground it can retrace. Maybe we look at it this way. Back to the 618 around here. That would be all right. Anybody ever figure out what was up with that pretzel player thing? I've never seen it. Never seen that happen. Will Smith should slap Matt Damon. That's my opinion. Will Smith, please slap Matt Damon. What if Will Smith's thing now is just like slapping people? What if like that was just his thing? I'd be alright with it. Let's get him to slap Matt Damon. It's like a funding rate. Check out our funding. Funding's beautiful. Yesterday we were contending with a little bit of positive funding, and we said, well, in an uptrend we do tend to see positive funding pile up while we're ripping. We do. But in general, positive funding is bearish, negative funding is bullish. Now that funding has actually reset, we see across the board, not just right now, but predicted negative funding across the board. I couldn't ask for anything more here. This is actually more bullish than yesterday, these funding rates. Yesterday they were a little sketchy. Today they are very much all in agreement here. Shorts are getting a little excited, a little overzealous here. They're paying a premium to open shorts. Let's keep that going. Let's hope we continue to see this funding rate go deeper and deeper into the negative. The more it does that, the more fuel we have, the more gas in the fire. EGLD, if you're not in the Discord, you probably don't know, but our EGLD trade also closed yesterday night. Well done to the EGLDers out there. From 145 to 189, actually traded as high as 214. Well done. That was a 36% take. LFG. Total crypto market cap. So here, this is like what I'm speculating. So our speculations have come true on Bitcoin. But there's one more piece of this puzzle I would like to see. And that's right here. I would like to see total close Close March. I would like to see it close above 2.192 trillion. It's currently at 2.122. That's a very small move, but that's a lot of money. That's a lot of money, I guess, right? 0.07 trillion. I don't know. I would like to see it close there because I want total to also reflect what we're seeing on Bitcoin. I want total to close as a bullish hammer on the quarterly as well. Is it going to be as important as Bitcoin? Maybe. Actually, maybe. It's close. It's close, but it's not there. The reason I just paused is I want to now check dominance. I haven't looked at dominance in a while. It hadn't moved in forever. God, it still hasn't moved. Still hasn't moved. Dominance is falling, yet Bitcoin quarterly is now green and total is red, so dominance should be rising. Weird. Weird. Very weird. Ew. Dominance does not look bullish yet. That's interesting. Our highs are still coming down. Our lows are coming up, but on money flow, we've put in a lower low. Huh. Here's what almost all of you want to happen. You all want this to happen. You want dominance to just dump, hit a new low, as we've been speculating now for like 2 years, that in this cycle, Bitcoin dominance will hit a new low, and that will be the end of the bull run, or at least the peak of the bull run signal. It hasn't happened yet. Hasn't happened yet. You guys want this to happen because I'm guessing most of you are holding altcoins, and if this happens, not only is that pretty typical, let's look back. Not only is that what we saw in the last bull run, but it also means that alts are going to have heavy gains against Bitcoin. Your bags will pump, etc. And it will mirror what we saw last time. Hasn't happened yet. This has been a wild, man, since May. 300, almost an entire year, Bitcoin dominance has sat at roughly 42%. When this breaks, it will be a very, very clear signal to the market. If it breaks to the upside, that's actually probably going to be bearish. It's probably going to be bearish for the market. Typically, you can see, and I say typically, but we only have one example. When Bitcoin dominance bottoms out and begins to trend up, you can see that that lines up perfectly with the peak of the previous bull market, 2018 in January. It starts trending up, and we trend into a bear market. That's because market participants become less risk on. As we enter a bear market, their appetite for risk is diminished, and so they stop entering higher risk, lower market cap projects. They re-enter into Bitcoin, etc. And so we are kind of expecting the same thing to happen. If we see this break to the downside, bull market's likely heating up to that parabolic blow off top. If it begins moving back up, we could see something new, but that will be a pretty strong signal that the bull market has apexed. We haven't seen it yet. We haven't seen it. Just like Bitcoin has done nothing since I've gone live, per usual. Per usual. Beardy day, Bitcoin to zero. Boo. Ty sold. Who sold the bottom? Hopefully nobody here. Hopefully no one here, man. We're not bottom sellers on this channel. Sometimes we're top buyers, but we're not bottom sellers. We are top, not bottom. Everyone wants to load the bags and go on vacation. Me too. Speaking of vacation, join me in Miami, April 6th through 9th at Bitcoin 2022 conference. I'll be there. If you're going to buy tickets, you can use the promo code CROWN in all caps to get 10% off. And you probably should get them soon. I think that the price on those is going to go up, I think, in the next like 4 days. So just FYI. Greetings. Greetings. It's good to be back, fam. It's good to be back. Bitcoin. As soon as I end the stream, Bitcoin will move, and it will not move until I end the stream. We only have 300 likes. We have 630 watching, guys. Please smash the like button for the stream. If you have not subscribed, please subscribe. We need to keep up with Bitcoin. We're at 54,000 followers. Bitcoin now at 48,000. It's catching up with us. Don't let it surpass us. You can help. We are live here when it gets spicy. Even if that's every day, we're live here, giving you the cutting edge of technical analysis for free. Doesn't cost you anything. The only thing I ask is you contribute by liking and subscribing. That's it. You can also join the Discord, and after every live stream, we give away a little bit of Bitcoin, a little bit of Ethereum or Litecoin or whatever it is we airdrop. We airdrop a little bit of coins, so you get paid just for being there. Costs you nothing. You don't have to do anything. That's right. I appreciate you all. Oof, that giveaway is blowing up on Twitter. 116 retweets. Let's get that to 1,000 links pinned to the top of the chat. That's right. That's right. What even do we have price-wise here? 52. It's really 52 is the next value. We've hit the 48. That's where I said I would take my short position, just as I did last year. 48.8. I'm going to wait for 48.8 to hedge. I'm not selling my bags. I'm going to open a tiny little position, see if I can tuck away some money for funding, maybe contribute to the upside price action. Not financial advice. Beautiful candles. We got a new high in 2022. What more could we ask for today? Seriously, what more could we ask for? We could ask for 420 likes. That's what we could ask for. How you feeling, chat? Where did my chat box go? There's no music. I don't like the vibe with no music. I feel like I'm in some weird room all alone. Yo, what's up, Crypto Face? Crypto Face, guys. Follow Crypto Face if you haven't. The man is a legend. Live trader. If you want to see big trades live, follow that man. Crypto Face. How you doing, brother? What is your one-on-one TA advice for sale? Don't sign up for that. I'm going to take that down. I told Crypto Face to take profit. 93 cents on Crow. Nah, dude, the man is a legend. That's the thing. He's one of the, I will say this, Crypto Face is probably the best live trader on YouTube. I think he's the best live trader on YouTube. But he doesn't win every trade. No one wins every trade. Not even the best live traders on YouTube. Take that as a lesson. No matter how good you are, you're gonna lose trades, man. Nobody's psychic. Nobody knows the future. I lose trades. Everybody loses trades. The trick is, at the end of the day, you add them all up. Hopefully you're green. If you're not, you're doing something wrong. You need to stop. You need to figure out what you're doing wrong. Yeah, the last one really worked out, actually. Yeah, I'm waiting. Patience, man. That is my greatest that's my greatest skill as a trader. I'm just patient. That's it. I can wait. I'm not gonna get shaken out by price moving down. If anything, I'm gonna slowly add, make my bags bigger and bigger. Slowly, slowly. That's my biggest strength. What's a Husky Police? Gala Games. Or as I like to call it, the Wendy-O coin. Shout out to Wendy-O. Can't wait to see Wendy-O. Let's see. Gala right on cue. Not a lot to say. 23 cent support. Looking to go long. Ride that bad baby up. 30 cents. Depending on the position you're in, not financial advice. 30 cents, and you got 35.9 above it. Not bad places to look to lock in a little bit of profit if you are in an uncomfortable position or on leverage. DGB went psycho yesterday. I know. Get hype. Love it. Wow. Okay. Hey, we got some subscribers. Adrian, Urias, Jamal, Masarawi, Big Mac Hungry Man. You, my brother. I feel you. Thanks for subscribing. Hong Lee. Wesley Downs, Bob McDonald, Garatus. Something in a language I can't pronounce. I don't know how. Thank you for subscribing. Jonathan Brown, DC, D King 585, Andre Onoferi, Silas 13, TR Nand Kumar, Stephen Henning. Welcome to the fam. Great to have you guys. If you haven't subscribed yet, jump in. It's easy. You just hit the button. Hit the little bell button after. That's the secret code. That's the secret code. It will unlock greatness in you. But Gala looking good. I think it is looking to test at least that 30-cent resistance. Oh, yeah. Got that strong support at 23. Back down, higher low. Following the market, you may look even a little higher to 39. Rest of the market really has gone back to that February 9th high. Gala has not yet. I even said that actually when I was on Wendy's show is I looked at LRC, ETC, and Gala the other day. LRC and ETC both put on solid gains. Gala just started breaking out when I was on her show. And I said that might mean it just has more upside, more shorter term upside from here. We'll see. XYO could be a spicy setup, says Rodney. Rodney, what is XYO? I don't think I have XYO. Xio. Let's see if I can find it. Not really doing requests today, but man, I already started. Oh, it's on Coinbase. All right. Well, that doesn't mean it's good, though. Coinbase has listed a bunch of crap. Could be a spicy setup indeed. This is on the daily. You have that long downtrend. I mean, you know, we're big fans here. Sometimes TA doesn't have to be very complicated. You see this long downtrend, you see virtually no bounce, no relief. So what do you say? You look for the previous support. You look for the area that has been traded, and you could say price is probably going to look to retest that at some point. It gets tricky on leverage, but on spot, it's a pretty good bet to say price is going to want to come back. Price consolidated here. There's a lot of liquidity here. And so if you're bearish, you still want to push price up, grab this liquidity, then you want to sell into it if you're a whale or you're whatever market maker. That can be that easy sometimes. I can agree there's some spice there, for sure. For sure. You may even look for, it's a little swing low, 4.32 cents, 0.5, right there. Not bad. I don't know if CryptoFace is still here, man. Have you been looking at these dailies on Market Cypher, dude? There is some beastin' coins on daily for Market Cypher. Holy crap. Holy moly. Bitcoin is literally waiting for me to turn the stream off. I'm telling you. What's up, Ukraine? Thrizzle. My nizzle. What's up, man? Cali Fishing. Good to have you guys. Thanks for subscribing. It's good to have the fan back. I just said I wasn't doing requests. And Av Medina wants to look at Super. It's okay. It's all good. Let's see. I'm not going to do a lot on it. I'll see how it looks. Wampity. Broke support. Dang. This chart looks ugly, man. At least it held its September low. I was looking for a bounce at $1.50 long ago. Did not get it. Market Cypher is being a little bullish on it on the daily, though. Got a higher swing high. 12-hour actually looks pretty beautiful as money flow is coming out of the negative, putting in almost a higher high. Almost a higher high versus March. This is looking ugly. Good volume. You got some good volume here in the last 24 hours. Solid volume into that high. And man, did break March's high. I like this. That's a classic Adam and Eve bottom. The Adam being the V and the kind of cup smoothed low here being the Eve. I won't say those are the highest probability breakouts in crypto, but it is a pretty classical chart pattern. You did trade above 81 cents. You did. You are looking for one of the higher closes in recent history. You may trade back to 75 cents, though. Hate to say it. The 200 is untested. That's sitting above you at $1. That's not a terrible target. $1 is not a terrible target. I don't know what your average is. That'd be the 0.5 retrace. Yeah, that's solid. I think $1 is rather probable. Rather probable. You might trade to 75 cents first, though. Uncle Frank. You know what's funny? I have an Uncle Frank, who I call Uncle Frank. I can look at Holo quick. Hot. Hot. Chili's hot. Bro, Mana, is Mana doing something? Don't get me, we have a rule. You can't get me excited about coins I like. You get me excited about coins I like, and there's no reason to be I get mad. No, I'm just kidding. We looked at HOT yesterday. This is what we were looking for. Seems to be playing out. Hoping it finds support at the 0.0063 cent area. It's looking probable. It's sold off, bled off. What we were looking at yesterday with HOT actually was how beautifully this coin is interacting both with horizontal supports and resistances and with daily moving averages. I was pointing this out. If you look at this little white line here, price bounced off of historic support, tested the 20, rejected with a higher low, pushed through to the 50, rejected with a higher low, back to horizontal support, broke through, tested the 100, pulled back to horizontal support before yesterday, smashing through the 100, didn't quite test the 200, but we're looking for it to come back, test that horizontal support again before making a clean move, back to at least the 200 daily, if not the next resistance above at 0.08635. This is what I'm looking for. Still in play. Market Cipher is, buddy, look at that. That is a wild. It's just all the way up. All the way up. Straight to the moon. Bitcoin's all the way up. Weekly rolling over, daily looking okay. Yeah, I'm looking for that. Let's look. That's what I got. There's nothing new there. It's pretty much following exactly what we were looking for yesterday. Not looking bad. If you lose 0.0063, things are looking a little sketchy. But at the moment, things are moving. You can see your lows coming up, your highs moving up. That's a clear uptrend. Easy peas. Bitcoin, you don't have to wait for me to stop streaming, man. You can go. Thank you, Husky Police. I appreciate you. I'm bad at reading the chat, guys. Like, don't take it personally, but I'm very ADD, and I'm fixated on the chart doing, like, calculations in my brain, or I'm reading the chat, and I can't do both. I'm terrible at both. So if I don't see your comment, please don't take it personally. Life goes on, bro. We should all like the stream. He deserves it. Thank you. Thank you, fam. I appreciate you. Don't forget to subscribe as well. Subscribe. We have to keep up with Bitcoin. At this point, Bitcoin's looking to like threaten. It's looking to pass us in subscribers. Can't let that happen. So smash the subscribes. We'll look at Mana. Dang, Mana has not done anything. Oh, that's in BTC pair. Pull up my newer Mana chart. We're straight to the moon. Bitcoin's all the way. You guys ever heard that?